Hey guys, it's me again, Melanie, and I just want to log in a praise report because although I'm at my half point and I was celebrating that, I ended up in the ER last week after having an echocardiogram, and they found that I had a blood clot in my heart, and they said it was fairly large, which caused me to have to be hospitalized for 5 days, where they used blood thinners to try to flush that clot out. It is still not totally out of the woods, but I do want to make a praise report because I know that he that began a new work in me is faithful to complete it. And you know what, I don't know why all things happen, but sometimes we don't always know the why. But we know, and we can be assured and faithfully established in the fact that God is in the situation, but He's also in the ability to bring us out of whatever circumstance. And in that, I was like maybe the day or two before I ended up hospitalized, I was kind of thinking about how frustrated I was about this whole chemo and how much of a drag it is, because it takes me a few days to get out of it. And I was gonna start like speaking angry and say things that really just meant exactly out of that anger what I felt about this whole process. And just when I was about to do that, I felt like a whisper in my spirit that said, you know what? Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. And I thought about it and I said, okay. And then I had a mental picture. And my mental picture showed me like a wrestling match. When you're doing arm wrestling. When you're in an arm wrestling match, many times this means you're at the end, that you're dying. This means that you've won. But I felt like the Lord was letting me know, you know what, you're at the midpoint, right here, at the midpoint. And that's something to celebrate, because when you're at the midpoint, you're not down yet, but you still have strength. But here is where you have to push, push, push. You can't at this point allow your frustration and your anger and your weariness to keep you from moving beyond that place, because otherwise your enemy will take over and you'd be down for the count. So the Lord let me understand that, and that gave me a peace. And I remembered when that verse says, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. The first overcome in that verse, when you read it in the original language, is speaking of inner negativity, inner evil. It always emphasized inner. And I had always heard that verse of, you always think of evil coming from outside sources. But you know what? Inside of us, the battle is in our head. And many times negativity and evil thoughts or evil speaking and self-loathing, depression, all these things kind of keep us dragged down. And that evil is overcoming us instead of us overcoming it. So the second overcome, which is in that verse, is speaking about subduing, overthrowing, taking authority over. So I found it a powerful verse that it gave me the strength. I believe God gave me that word to be able to get over that 5-day stay in that hospital. And I can tell you that I have something to celebrate. I celebrate God's faithfulness today. So if you're going through a breakthrough, know that you're not alone. God is there with you, and He gives us the strength to continue and be faithful. God bless. Kisses, and be well.